Okay, thank you for joining the Melbourne Convention Bureau webinar today for event organisers. This is our third in the series and we will be continuing these next year. My name's Joanna. I'm the Director of Corporate Meetings and Incentives, looking after the Asia Pacific market. So thank you very much for joining us today. First of all, I'd just like to do an acknowledgement of country. I am hosting this webinar from the land of the Wurundjeri people and extend that acknowledgement to the traditional custodians of the various lands that you are joining from today. I pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging and celebrate the diversity of the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples and their lands and cultures and connections to Victoria. Today, we have three of our great partners joining us to provide you with an update on everything that's happening with their products and experiences. We have Melissa from Crown Melbourne, one of the great conferencing venues, accommodation venues, entertainment and event venues that we have in Melbourne. We have Dingo from Localing Tours, who provide bespoke tours around Melbourne and Victoria and can really tailor anything that you need for your delegates. And then we have Lucy from Melbourne Star Observation Wheel, one of the great icon attractions in Melbourne that is great for events and also just to do in your own time as well. It's a wonderful experience. At the end, we will do question and answers as well. So if you have any questions for myself or any of our presenters today, please put your question in the chat box and we will get to it at the end, I promise you. Also very excited to announce that business events are now resuming in Melbourne, which is just fantastic. There are a number of COVID safe policies and practices that need to be in place in order for a business event to resume, to be held, but they can be held across our conferencing venues, accommodation venues, attractions, etc. The vic.gov.au website has the public event framework available, so you can go and see what is in place in order for you to hold your event. Please do be in contact with us if you need any help in understanding what you need to do to run your business event. We are here to help you. Just a reminder too that Melbourne Convention Bureau has a range of support services for all event organisers, whether you need assistance, as I said before, with understanding the COVID safe policies and practices, assistance with venues, referrals, itinerary creation, site inspections, etc., images and videos. We are here to help you. So please do not hesitate to get in contact with us. Our email address is there on screen now, or please visit our website and you can fill out an event inquiry form and we'll be back to you very soon. We also have the Asia Pacific Incentives and Meetings event, AIM, as many of you would know, coming up next year, which is very exciting. It will be a hybrid event format. The in-person event will be from the 15th to the 17th of March, and then the online hybrid virtual event will be from the 17th to the 26th of March. So it is the leading trade event for the meetings and events industry in this region. The hosted buyer program is closing soon, so we do recommend that if you are interested in this event, please go to aim.com.au and have a look at what's on offer there, or you can be in contact with us if you need any assistance in knowing more about that event. So now I would like to pass over to Melissa from Crown, who will take you through everything that is happening at Crown Melbourne.
Thank you, Joanna. Good morning, everyone. My name is Melissa DeBays and I'm the Associate Director here at Crown Melbourne. What a year it has been for our industry. However, obviously with the easing of the government restrictions and the abundance of event space that we have here at Crown Melbourne, we can most certainly assist any of you in successfully hosting a COVID-safe event. Crown is a premium event complex here in Melbourne, and here is a video just showcasing what we can offer you. Crown Melbourne prides itself on its world-class facilities, premium service, unique offering with 38 event spaces that can host anything from an intimate gathering for 5 guests or a black tie event for 2,500. Our Crown Aviary, located on level 3 Crown Towers rooftop, this spectacular venue with a landscape outdoor decking, clear roof and magnificent city views is perfect for a summer cocktail event or evening underneath the stars. This unique venue can host up to 400 seated. Our Crown Towers Level 1 is home to Palladium, well known for some of Australia's largest and prestigious events. This room is extremely versatile and can be reconfigured to meet almost any requirements. Palladium is all about customization. Palladium underwent a mini makeover in January 2020, taking 22 days to uplift and install carpets designed by Bates Smart. Also situated on level 1 Crown Towers, River Room is one of our most popular venues, with stunning views from floor-to-ceiling glass windows, a large balcony perfect in the Yarra River. In the evening, the room comes alive on the hour. From sundown to midnight, as guests take in the Melbourne skyline and Crown's signature flame towers. Crown Melbourne's dedicated conference centre sits in prime position between Crown Promenade and Crown METROPOL, making residential conferencing seamless for guests. Spanning over 3 levels, our conference facilities boast 2 large plenaries, 16 breakout rooms, and a purpose-built exhibition hall. Located on ground floor of the conference centre is our purpose-built exhibition hall, with the main entrance off Whiteman Street providing your guests easy access right into the space. A built-in registration as well as office and storage facilities for your convenience. The exhibition hall can accommodate 56 booths with excellent loading dock access, making bump-in seamless. Situated on level 1 of the Crown Conference Centre, the Promenade Room, a pillarless space which can easily be reconfigured into 3 smaller spaces with insertion of operable walls. It is surrounded by 10 small rooms, ideal for workshops and concurrent sessions. On level 2 of Crown Conference Centre sits our conference hall. Clients booking the conference hall will have exclusive use to the floor. With light-filled foyers, this is ideal for networking, registration, and exhibition area. Our conference hall can accommodate up to 800 delegates. With 3 hotels surrounded by conference facilities, Crown Melbourne is ideal location for residential conferencing. Our lead-in property, Crown Promenade, has direct lift access to accommodation from the conference floor. Our 4.5-star hotel features 465 rooms, well-appointed bedrooms starting from 34 square metres, featuring bathrooms with oversized shower and plenty of twin share capacity. Our 5-star hotel, Crown METROPOL, is the largest hotel in Melbourne, boasting 658 accommodation rooms, ideal for large groups. With its modern dark tones, Crown METROPOL, although large, feels very intimate. Our luxe king rooms will remind you of a New York style loft. Spacious 38 square metre rooms with a daybed overlooking Melbourne city views. Our 3 hotels can accommodate twin share facilities for over 300 rooms with 2 queen-size beds. Your VIPs can enjoy the extra space in our loft suite with separate lounge, powder room, and spectacular views over the city, Spacious bathrooms, double vanity, bathtub with VIPs will surely enjoy the comforts of these suites. Located on the 27th floor, guests can enjoy the spectacular views whilst dipping in the Crown METROPOL infinity pool. This is one relaxation element that cannot be missed. From modern to luxe, our Forbes 5-star property, Crown Towers, is perfect for your high-end incentive groups with 481 rooms. Our deluxe king rooms are in the league of their own. 48 square meters, separate walk-in wardrobe and Nespresso machine, and a bathroom that will take your breath away. And this is just the beginning. For your VIPs, we have 11 different suites and villa room type categories to choose from. Your VIPs can enjoy the comfort of the Crystal Club Executive Lounge, which offers personalized check-in, breakfast, evening beverages in an intimate setting. Our amazing Crown Spa offers a luxurious pool, gymnasium, along with all the pamper packages to truly relax and unwind. Before I leave you, here is a teaser of our new venue, Evergreen. Evergreen is now open for bookings and can host up to 100 guests seated and 300 for a cocktail event. The expansive open plan kitchen creates excitement, while the preparation of dishes offers a total sensory experience for guests. We look forward to welcoming you to Crown Melbourne. Thank you, everyone, and please welcome now Dingo from Local.
G'day, everyone. I'm just going to share my screen with you. There you go. Now, I'm assuming that you guys can all see my screen there. If there's a problem, just shout out. So I'm Dingo from Localing Private Experiences. We are a tour company for people that really don't like touring. And we're all about connecting visitors with unique local experiences. So I started this business with my business partner over here, Dan, and we started this around 7-8 years ago now, and we wanted to create something that was super unique to Melbourne, something that was a little bit different and sort of showed guests a different way of exploring a city like Melbourne. And we started creating experiences in Melbourne City and then throughout regional Victoria as well. I think that we have a few really unique selling points, but one of the things that we do really well are our expert local hosts. We have some amazing guides that work with us. We actually have 40 local hosts, and they are all passionate and dynamic locals. They are extremely well connected and well informed, and all of our hosts have been employed based on their personality, not their guiding experience, because we think that a real interesting local can really make or break a guest's time in a city. The other thing that we offer are languages. All our hosts, we cover 5 European languages and 3 Asian languages. And a lot of the hosts are from the key touring regions. So you get to see a really local and secret side to the regions that we go to. Our vehicles, it goes without saying that our vehicles and inclusions are all first rate, including our vehicles are Audis, Mercedes, and BMWs. The vehicles that we have on board are 1 to 14 guests. However, we also engage other vehicle, like larger coach companies, when we have larger group of delegates coming through. Within all our vehicles, we ensure that we have some exceptional quality Victorian products, including we have a partnership with a company called ESOP, and we make sure that their products are in all our vehicles for the guests to be able to use while on tour with us, to really immerse themselves in the very best of Victoria. We also make sure that we go to the very best venues and for tastings and dining experiences. And of course, all the add-ons and upgrades that we offer are the first rate and best opportunities to experience the best of Victoria and Melbourne. A little bit about our exclusive access and unique insight. I think that one of the things that we're most known for would be our exclusive access and unique insight. This is what we focus on as a company. And to give you a bit of an example of what we do, we really we immerse ourselves to meet the local artists, chefs, makers, and innovators. We go behind the scenes wherever we go. So instead of just, let's say, trying a very famous Melbourne coffee, you get to make it with a barista, or you get to speak to a barista and ask them why it's so famous, this coffee culture in Melbourne. Same with Australian Football League. We have Australian footballers, Aussie rules footy players that will teach your guests how to play football. Or if your guests want, they can watch a game with players next to them and they can explain the game while they're watching, which is fantastic. We also have amazing masterclasses that include going to a street artist studio and learning about the art form in Australia, and then painting a particular, whether it be a company logo or a particular name, on a backstreet wall in Melbourne with a famous artist. That's something that you'll be able to do with an artist and have some fantastic photos taken. And that's a really popular experience as well. Actually, in this photo here, I'm not sure if people recognize, but the gentleman to the left, his name is Tyrone. He's probably one of our most famous artists, street artists that we have in Australia. And in the center there, that's the Governor of Victoria, the Honourable Linda Dessau, who wanted to take one of these private experiences. And we did a street art masterclass with her over there. We've also done these experiences with plenty of very famous musicians and artists and actors that have come to Australia, including Will Smith and Roger Federer and Justin Bieber, to name a few. We have an amazing team behind us that are supporting us here. So we have, today we have 7 admin staff in the executive team, and they are on call pretty much at all times to make sure that we respond to any inquiries that come through with a maximum inquiry response time with 6 hours. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. We guarantee that we will be responding within 6 hours of receiving the email. We also have, the way that our system works is that any host that is on a tour that might be told that they have a particular unique request while on tour, they text that into the executive team, and then we respond with a list of answers about where they can go to fulfill the guest request on tour. And we've also been able to accommodate over 97% of touring requests, which in the 2019 year, that was just over 2,000 private experiences, which is fantastic. So what do we do in Victoria? We have fantastic urban experiences, regional adventures, multi-day itineraries, self-drive road trips, and upgrades, add-ons, and masterclasses. Now, I've touched on the add-ons and masterclasses, but to give you a bit of an example of what we do in Victoria, we have some amazing urban adventures where we immerse the guest through Melbourne, and we scratch a little beneath the surface, and you get to live like a local for a day. We go through the quirky neighborhoods like Fitzroy and Collingwood, of course, walking through the CBD, and maybe the more known areas like St Kilda and Brighton and things like that as well. We can tailor these tours and theme them however you would like. And that includes touring, like theming it, for example, as a food safari through the city, or as a particular cultural tour. We have a lot of Americans that like to do Jewish tours through Victoria, through Melbourne. We also can tailor sporting tours and art tours. You name it, we can create it for you. We also have some fantastic regional adventures, including the Great Ocean Road, Yarra Valley, Phillip Island, Mornington Peninsula, to name a few. And of course, these are all tailored to suit the group's needs. We have multi-day itineraries, and therefore for delegates that are coming through that might have a couple days on either end, that might have interest to spend a bit of time in Victoria, we have some fantastic overnight itineraries through the western part of Victoria and also eastern part of Victoria. And also we can include trips from Melbourne to Sydney and Melbourne to Adelaide and Melbourne to Hobart if required as well. And self-drive road trips. If there are guests that are looking to do something on their own, we can also create and tailor a bespoke itinerary and give that to the guests, and they can go on their way. And the fun thing about a self-drive road trip is that we can arrange to have the vehicle delivered and taken away from the guest hotel. It will have a detailed itinerary in there. And the best part is it also includes a 24-hour concierge telephone number. So if there are any issues or if they'd like to make additional bookings while on their tour, they can call our hotline and we'll be able to organize that for them. Now, I'm just going to give you a really quick little video here for you guys to get a bit of an idea about the tours here. And you can see it firsthand. Oh, excuse me. Oh.
Urban experiences are a massive part of what we do at Localink. They're a far cry from your standard city tour because each day is so highly personalised. Our hosts aren't just well-informed and connected. They're that local friend in town that completely changes the way you understand and experience their home. They don't just know where to find the best coffee, they used to kick footy with the barista. They can tell you about the rise and fall of Starbucks in Australia and the broader economic forces at play. Not just interesting stories, but ones that offer insight into local culture and custom. Storytelling is a massive part of it. Whether it's a Burrows tour or a foodie tour, there is typically a good mix of highlights and hidden treasures. Unless you just want the back streets or local galleries, then that's what you're going to get. Explore independent local boutiques or Melbourne's rich Jewish culture. Melbourne is an amazing setting for adventures because it's so diverse. It's safe, familiar, and completely unique. It's the seat of culture and creativity, food and design, art, theatre, comedy, fashion, sport and events. A day localing with us is a day spent discovering this, learning from the people at the centre of local culture and industry, and it will totally change the way you experience Melbourne. All of our experiences are designed to give our guests unique access and insight they couldn't have without the help of an expert localing host. They will totally change the way you go and enjoy the city, which is why this is a perfect start to your Melbourne adventure.
Sorry about that. 1 second. So outside of Victoria, we're just going to go with, bear with me for a second. So outside of Victoria, we've expanded through to South Australia and Tasmania, and more recently to Byron Bay. And if you have guests that are going through there, please let us know. We can talk about that as well. And that's it from me. If you need our contact details, you can see them on the screen there now. Yeah, or you can find our contact details through MCB as well. And so that's it from me. No more slides. And I'll be passing you guys on to the wonderful Melbourne Eye.
Thank you, Dingo. That definitely made me want to go on a tour with Localink. So my name is Lucy. I'm from Melbourne Star Observation Wheel. I am the tourism sales manager there and help with all the conferences and events that come through in Melbourne. So Melbourne Star is one of 4 giant observation wheels in the world. The others are in London, Las Vegas and Singapore. What makes Melbourne Star unique is the star in the centre of the wheel. That is to represent the star on the Australian flag. And we also have our light show that goes every single night. Even this year, we've been shining over Melbourne every night. And we actually have 3.2 kilometres of LED lights included on Melbourne Star, just as a fun fact. So Melbourne Star is located in an area called the District Docklands, which is just outside of the Melbourne CBD, along the water. District Docklands is an indoor-outdoor shopping entertainment complex. It's got lots of restaurants down there, other attractions and a few shops as well. We are on the free tram zone, so there are 3 different trams that will take people from the CBD down to the Docklands, which is right on our doorstep. And a really good asset that Melbourne Star has is we have parking available for up to 6 large coaches. So parking isn't an issue for us. And in terms of accommodation, there are lots of hotels on our doorstep. So you've got the 4 Points by Sheraton, the Quest Newquay, Seaboard Docklands, and then the new Marriott Hotel will be opening in 2021, which we're very excited for. So lots of hotels accommodation on our doorstep. So a little about Melbourne Star. So we have 21 cabins. All of those cabins can fit up to 20 guests. At the moment, with current restrictions, we are restricting that to 10 people. But that still means we can host up to 210 people in one rotation, which takes 30 minutes. So it's very easy for us to accommodate large groups. We have taken groups with over 1,000 people in one afternoon before, so large groups isn't a problem for us because Melbourne Star is always rotating. All of the cabins are temperature controlled, so on those cold Melbourne days, we keep them nice and snugly warm, and on those warmer days like today, we keep them nice and cool for you. They all have 360-degree views of Melbourne, and you can see out towards the regions as well. So it makes Melbourne Star a really good starting point or an ending point because you get to see Melbourne and you get to see out towards Victoria's regions as well. So one of our most popular flights is the Welcome to Melbourne Sparkling flight. So what this involves is a normal flight, which is a 30-minute flight on Melbourne Star, but you also get to enjoy a glass of bubbles as you go around. Or you can have beer, cider, soft drink. You can even have a cup of tea if you like. It just makes that a journey on Melbourne Star just feel a little bit extra special. And I like to recommend that people do this at sunset if they can, because they then get to see Melbourne in the daytime and the nighttime as well. So for corporates, meetings, incentive groups, we do have private cabins available. So again, they can normally fit up to 20 people. If we put food or drink in the cabins as well, we do restrict it down to 15 people just because we think it allows a bit more space for people to move around and enjoy the views and have their food as well. So we have lots of different catering options available, and we can also do branding opportunities within the cabin as well. So we're happy to put signage in there, welcoming the guests and everything you can think of, we're happy to put in there. So in terms of catering, we are very happy that we are now partnered with Peter Rowland Catering. So Peter Rowland are a well-known catering company in Melbourne. They actually do a lot with Melbourne Cup and Racing Week. So we're very happy to be working with them. I sampled some of the food just last week and can confirm it is delicious. So yes, we have lots of different options available, savoury, sweet. We can do options within the cabin, or we can have options before people take off on their flight in our pre-departure lounge. And also catering for dietaries, special events, things like that, it's not a problem for us. So as you can see, Melbourne Star is quite a unique building and in a unique space. And we like to use that to our advantage. We do have people that come through and want to have a team building exercise within the cabin, or host people for an afternoon or morning tea. So we work really well for conference breakout sessions or a relaxing drink after a day of networking and events. So we're very flexible with what we do in our cabins. And we're always happy to work with the client to create something special for them. Another way that we like to jazz up Melbourne Star, so you can see myself and a colleague here doing yoga, and we have just relaunched this this week. So yoga in the sky is an option that we can do. Maybe some meetings want to have a nice little Zen session before they go into their meetings. And we also have lots of fun in our cabins with different themed cabins. So we've had our summer beach cabins, we have our winter, our snow globes. So there's lots of different things that we can do up in the sky. We also partner with a couple of our local restaurants. So Urban Alley Brewery is just opposite Melbourne Star. And as they're a brewery, they brew all their delicious beers and ciders on site. They can cater for up to 600 guests. They do have a nice big space. So we think this one works really well. So either taking a flight on Melbourne Star and then visiting Urban Alley Brewery for lunch or dinner, or just canapes before or after. And then another partner that we work with is Birth Restaurant. They are just a 5-minute walk from Melbourne Star, located on the waterfront. For conference banquet style, they can accommodate up to 80 guests. And for cocktail style, it's 180 guests. And they have also just opened a lovely outdoor seating area as well. So lots of different options available for you there. So with our meetings, conferences, etc., as I mentioned before, we can fit up to 420 guests in one rotation, which is just 30 minutes. We have lots of different tailored options within those cabins. As you can see here, we do put welcome signage throughout the building. We have hosts that will welcome them on arrival. We have big screens throughout the building. Here we've put branding on the bridge, which leads up to our reception area. And we even had a big banner placed on the floor of the District Docklands. So as people are going through their rotation, they can look down and they can see the branding of the company that they're representing or hosting them. Another thing that Melbourne Star is really good at, because of our LED lights, is we can light up in corporate colours. We have lots of different designs. We can even put our logo, not our logo, your logo onto Melbourne Star light show, just to make it feel extra special and give that wow factor. So that's it for me from Melbourne Star. As the other said, if you've got any questions, feel free to pop them into the chat box. But if not, feel free to email or give me a call at any time. Thank you.
Thanks, Lucy. That was great. That was great from all of our partners. What fantastic options and such a diverse range. We're very lucky to have these quality products and experiences in Melbourne. So now we'll just jump into any questions. So if Dingo and Melissa, if you just want to be on standby, I'll just have a look and see what we've got. We have had a couple of questions come through. Just don't know if it's going to let me see the questions. Sorry, I'm just having trouble seeing the questions. Here we go. Okay, Dingo, first questions, I've got a couple of questions for you actually, from Alessandra. They sound like a fantastic service, quite high end. Do they have a range of tours that may be more accessible in terms of pricing?
Yeah, we certainly do. And because I'm assuming that a lot of the people on the call will be having larger groups that are coming through and delegates. So we do this a lot with conventions and incentive groups that are coming through, and we can organize discounted rates and tours based on the regions that they're going to and based on the number of people that are attending these tours. So that's not an issue at all. I guess the point of the presentation is to let you know that everything we do is bespoke and tailored, and that it can be done to suit all your needs. So yep, it certainly can be more price sensitive. That's not an issue at all.
And just another one too, Dingo, from Karen, do coach size numbers of delegates still get personalised service and choices of the large range of experiences that Localing offers?
Yeah, and that's actually really good questions. We certainly do. We can go to any of the touring regions that we go to, and they're always going to be as personalized as if it's one person on the tour up to 100 people on the tour. We ensure that with larger groups that we have more than one host that attends the experience, that attends the tour, to ensure that the guests on, like the delegates on the tour, get that real personalized experience and attention. In regards to the places that we go to and ensuring that they can go to these, I guess, secret spots and local locations, we ensure that we go to these same spots. But of course, some of the smaller venues might not be able to take in a larger group of people, but we will ensure that we can go to venues that can accommodate and they still have that same essence, that same local feel, and yeah.
Fantastic. Thanks, Dingo. Also, just a comment here about how great option Melbourne Star is. I think that's one of the real, obviously everybody knows Melbourne Star. It's a great icon of Melbourne, but the vast variety of experiences that can be done there for groups, I think, is really, really fantastic. And we're very lucky to have such flexibility with such a great experience. Also, somebody has asked about the video of this. Yes, this is being videoed. It will be shared out to everybody who has registered to attend today. We also put it on our MCB YouTube channel, as with any of our other event organiser webinars. So if you do wish to share with colleagues, please always look at our YouTube channel. We have a number of educational videos that feature our partners, so you can always go there, and always happy to send anything out to you in terms of training materials. I don't think we have any more questions. Just one more has come through. Dingo, what makes Melbourne such a great touring destination?
That's another great question. I think that Melbourne, unlike any other city in Australia, it's the most, I guess, metropolitan sort of city that we have. The most, like, I think that the city, unlike other places in Australia, let's say Sydney is probably one of the most iconic cities in the world. What Melbourne has is a lot of laneway culture, a lot of street culture. And with that, there's a lot of sort of secret spots. And I think that you need a local host to really sort of help you scratch beneath the surface and show you a lot of these quirky hidden spots. When you get to Melbourne, no doubt you've heard of things like Aussie rules footy, or getting a great, coffee or a latte, or you may have heard of street art. But when you get to the city, you don't really know where to begin, and you don't really know where to go. And you've heard of the coffee and you've heard of the street art, but what do you do? How do you immerse yourself in that? And what we do is we kind of unlock that door for you. And which is why I guess we were focused on that exclusive access and unique insight. And so we really sort of make it come alive.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Melbourne is definitely a city that you need to peel back the layers to really get to know what the city is about.
Yeah.
So I'll just that's the end of our questions. Just a reminder to keep in contact with Melbourne Convention Bureau if you do need any assistance. I highly recommend also that you follow us on LinkedIn. We do always post some really good content there about what we're doing and what our partners are up to and what is new and exciting in the city. So I highly recommend that. As I said before, we'll be sending out the presentations from today along with the video, and it will also be on our YouTube site. Don't hesitate to call us or reach out if you do have any questions, etc. And we won't see you again till next year. So wishing you all a happy and safe Christmas and a holiday period. And we very much look forward to working with you in 2021. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.